Greetings, seekers of forgotten knowledge. Every day we look up. And every day, we assume we understand what we see. Clouds. Soft, drifting shapes. Harmless waters suspended above us. At least, that is the explanation we were given. But throughout history, clouds have unsettled observers. Not because they were dangerous, but because they didn't always behave the way people expected. Ancient chroniclers described skies that looked engineered. Perfect disks. Rolling tubes. Glowing formations. Scenes that felt less like weather and more like architecture. Let us begin with one of the strangest formations ever recorded. The phenomenon known today as mammatus clouds. These clouds hang like heavy pouches beneath a storm base. Perfectly rounded cells, clustered together. To the untrained eye, they resemble a ceiling of suspended spheres. Dense. Structured. Almost artificial. Yet meteorology tells us these are formed by sinking air within storm systems. Cold air descending and sculpting the cloud base into pockets. They look unnatural. But they are nature operating under precise physical rules. Now consider another formation that has sparked centuries of speculation. Lenticular clouds ***. These clouds appear as smooth, polished disks. Stacked layers. Sharp edges. They often remain stationary even when winds howl around them. To early observers, they looked like hovering machines. But their stillness is not defiance of physics. It is obedience to it. When strong winds flow over mountains, atmospheric waves form. Like ripples in a river. At the crest of these invisible waves, moisture condenses and forms a cloud. The air moves through it continuously. But the shape remains fixed in place. What appears motionless is actually constant motion. Then there is the rolling sky phenomenon known as morning glory cloud. A vast cylindrical cloud stretching for kilometers. Rotating as it travels across the horizon. For centuries, people believed such formations were omens. Modern science attributes them to rare atmospheric pressure interactions. Yet even today, witnessing one feels surreal. History shows us something important. Whenever humans encounter patterns they do not understand, they imagine intention behind them. Disc-shaped clouds became flying ships. Lightning became divine weapons. Storms became celestial engines. But what about hail? What about towering thunderheads holding immense amounts of water? A single large storm cloud can contain thousands of tons of water droplets. Yet it floats. This seems impossible. Until we remember something simple. Clouds are not solid masses of water. They are composed of microscopic droplets. So small and light that rising air currents can support them. When droplets combine and grow heavy enough, gravity wins. Rain falls. The process we call the water cycle. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation is not a fairy tale. It is a continuous exchange of energy between Earth's surface and atmosphere. And yet, the sky still feels mysterious. Why do some clouds glow from within at sunset? Because light scatters differently depending on particle size and angle. Why do some rainstorms fall in narrow columns? Because atmospheric conditions are rarely uniform. Nature is not chaotic randomness. It is structured complexity. In past centuries, when people lacked instruments and satellite imagery, they interpreted what they saw through myth and symbolism. Thunder became Zeus. Storm clouds became chariots. Today we have radar, atmospheric physics, satellite data. And yet the sky still inspires awe. Perhaps the true hidden history is not that clouds are machines, but that humans have always projected meaning onto the sky. We search for patterns. We imagine watchers. We invent mechanisms. Because uncertainty unsettles us. So here is the real invitation. Look up. Not to prove a conspiracy. Not to disprove one. But to observe carefully. Notice how clouds form, dissolve, and reshape. Notice how wind sculpts them. Notice how light transforms them. The sky is not a dome hiding machinery. It is a living, dynamic system governed by physics. And still beautiful enough to feel otherworldly. Throughout history, every generation has believed it stood at the edge of revelation. But sometimes, the truth is simpler. And far more elegant than the myth. Until next time, keep observing.